Hello there once again, it's your old pal Locke the Bounty Hunter, and on today's very special episode, we're taking a look at some testimonials from a club bouncer, and I'm fairly certain he's got himself some stories that most likely involve stuff that's sticky, stinky, and probably riddled with some sort of varieties of viral and bacterial infections, and I don't know about you, but I'm definitely looking forward to this one. The man who created the video is Southpaw Huncho. I'll link his channel in the pinned comment down below. Check him out, give him some love, but let's not waste any more time and dive right in, shall we?
This is what being a bouncer taught me about women. Number one is women cheat more than men. You see, the reason women cheat more than men is because women have way more options than men.
You don't say. Man, that is just absolutely shocking. You know what, gentlemen and gents? Let's go ahead and take a moment to process this shock. Okay, that's long enough.
As soon as she pulls up to the venue, to the nightclub, to the bar, she's gonna have at least 3 guys approaching her that same night. So women have way more options than men. And we know that women are hypergamous, which means that women cannot resist the better option. I'm not saying that she's gonna fuck them 10 out of 10 times. But what I am saying is, if the guy who approaches her is a better option than her boyfriend, whether he's just overall better, chances are she's gonna give that dude the number.
I hate to say it, it's sad but true. This is why if you have a woman who insists on going to the club, then something's not passing the smell test here. And if she does that, then she's about as subtle as a fish market whose freezers are on the fritz.
She's gonna entertain him. She's gonna keep him as an option so she can monkey branch, right? She's gonna keep him in a DM. She's gonna keep him on a text. She's gonna give out that number because he's a better option. And sometimes they'll even fuck him that same night if she's loose with it. But bottom line is, women cheat more than men because they have way more options. A guy can go outside to the nightclub and to the bar, he's not gonna get a single approach. But women, all they have to do is just go outside and they'll just have way more options. And since women cannot resist a better option, it's a matter of time before she fucks that dude. It's a matter of time before she gives him that number. She might be like, nah, I'm sorry, I got a boyfriend. But if the guy's slick with it, it'll just take him a couple more sentences to just get the number.
You know, Chad may be a million things, but stupid ain't one of them, gentlemen and gents. If a woman is telling Chad that she has a boyfriend 8 times out of 10, it's not because she wants him to leave her alone, it's because it's all fun and games to her. That's why if you want an STD, the club is truly the place to be.
And if he's the better option, she's gonna keep him around 100%. I remember all the times that I saw women pulling up with their boyfriends or pulling up with their dates to the nightclub. And I thought this was the weirdest thing ever at first, man. The guys would go to the bathroom, and as soon as they went to the bathroom, you'd see the chick start slipping her number or asking a guy for the number, or she start making out with a dude, with another dude. And I'd be like, yo, how is this even possible?
Well, it's possible because the dude is an idiot and the woman knows this. The kind of man who takes a woman to a nightclub for a date is the same kind of man who wastes money on flowers, expensive dinners, and cologne that makes him smell like he's a low-level member of a criminal organization. It's just not smart.
Right? And that's because women just cannot resist a better option. If they see a better option and it's available, they're gonna take it, bro. Or they're gonna keep him around 100%. So that's number one, is women cheat more than men. Number 2, women use men for their resources, and then they f the guys who they want to f.
Yeah, the truth kind of hurts. Modern women always claim they want a stable, smart, hard-working, dedicated, emotionally intelligent man to pay for their lifestyle and to cover their bar tabs. But the second Tyrone Deanna Jones is available for 2 minutes, you know she's hooking up with him faster than a coked-up 1920s telephone operator. Yeah, is that reference dated? Probably, but it's my show, and sometimes you need a little history to party, if you know what I mean.
I would see this all the time at the clubs. Women will drink the liquor, women will take the drinks, women will go to the VIPs, and most times, 8 times out of 10, they would never leave with that guy. They would never leave with that guy. They might give that guy the number, but then they would be eyeing the other guy who's on the dance floor, who doesn't give a fuck about offering them any drinks, who doesn't care about buying them anything, but he just has that masculine energy.
Hell, I'd even be surprised if that man got an actual phone number. I wouldn't put it past a modern woman to give him a 6-digit phone number to an abandoned Waffle House outside of Pig's Knuckle, Arkansas. Most of these broads will just bolt the second they've had their fill of alcohol. And the criminal part here is we're talking, at minimum, mid-shelf liquor at club prices. And when the cheapest beer option at a club will set you back at least $15 American, the intergalactic space god Flimnatar, all hail, only knows how much that poor bastard is paying for the drinks.
And he looks good. He takes care of himself. He's dressed well. You know what I'm saying? He's fit and he's muscular. That would happen all the time, man. The women would be drinking the guy's liquors and they'd be looking on the dance floor to see, or looking around and seeing, damn, who do I really like? Who do I really want to be with? Women use men for their resources and then they'll f the guys who they want to f. That's why I do not believe in leading with your wallet, right? We've heard this before. I think Kevin Samuels even said this. Men lead with their wallet. You lead with your wallet, you're going to get used and abused, my man.
The strong and independent argument is one of the dumbest traps set by modern women. They will brag about how they do the bare minimum when it comes to financial garbage like paying bills and rent, and they'll talk about how they can buy their own flowers and how their autographed picture of Beyonce is their spirit animal, and they will then turn around and demand that men buy them everything even though she has her own money. And when he does buy her everything, she will still go after Pookie Howser MD even if he's broke. So the best way to win against these broads is to tell them to put their money where their mouths are, and you'll see just how quickly these broads turn into some of the ugliest banshees known to man.
And you're gonna attract the girl for the wrong reasons. She's gonna use you for your resources, and then she's gonna Chad or Tyrone on the side, guaranteed. I saw that time and time again. That's why I tell guys, don't buy girls drinks. That just lowers your status, it lowers your value, and she's gonna drink your W, and then she's gonna go talk to the other guy who actually looks good. The other guy who doesn't lower his fucking value.
Keeping on the subject of value, let's say that leading with your wallet actually worked. Now, I know in order for this to be plausible, we have to pretend that it's a magical fairy world where the unicorn Dookie cures cold sores, but let's do it anyway. Let's say that she actually respects you after buying her $500 worth of liquor. We're talking about a club skank here. Do you really want that kind of low-value broad in your life? I mean, she'd be stinking up your sheets and humiliating you in public every chance she got. And that's even if she was willing to spend time with you. She's gonna be too busy wolfing down unicorn poop to hide the fact that she boned Ray Ray in the bathroom while you were up front settling your bar tab. It's just not worth it.
Because women will literally use guys for their resources, not give a f. They'll use you for a date, they'll use you for a bottle, they'll use you for the drinks, and you're not getting no ass, bro. I saw that time and time again. And then I see the faces of the guys at the end of the night. They were pissed or they were mad. Damn, I spent $300 on a bottle and I didn't even get no. You should have known better, bro. You should have known better. You were the beta male provider. Never be the beta male provider.
Alright, I'm gonna level with you, dude. If you're at the point where you think buying a woman an overpriced bottle of alcohol is going to be enough to get you some bedroom action, then you're better off just taking the risk and trying to find an avenue stroller at that point. At least the odds of you getting some will be slightly higher, but the risks of getting an infection of some sort are about the same. Plus, you also have to deal with possibly being put on a registry and getting arrested. But let's face it, when you're dealing with a modern woman, the odds of that happening are roughly the same as well.
If she's gonna be with you, make sure that she's not with you for your money, bro. That's very important. So that was number 2. Number 3 is women do not like nice guys. And this goes perfectly with point number 2, right? They tell us be a gentleman, be nice, be respectful, offer them drinks, open up the door, be super vanilla, right? That don't get you laid, bro. Women do not like that. They're gonna walk all over that guy. If you go and offer women drinks and be nice, they're gonna drink your liquor, and they're gonna turn around and not give a f and start making out with the guy who didn't even get him shit.
I knew it, I freaking knew it. Modern women don't want men to open doors for them because doing so will force them to age 10 minutes faster with every opening. So therefore, the gentlemanly thing to do would be to make modern women open their own stupid doors for their own stupid benefit. I mean, God, it makes so much sense now.
Women do not like nice guys. Women like guys who take initiative. If you're on a date with a woman and you're just being nice and you're just being friendly, nah, bro. If she's giving you choosing signals, take the initiative and give her a kiss. Take the initiative and escalate shit. That's what they want. If you don't do that and you're just nice, you're not gonna get no play because women don't like that shit. Women like confidence.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you there, Chief. That only works for men who receive a minimum of an 8 by a modern woman, and even then, those dudes still need to tread a little carefully. A modern woman's signals are about as clear as a drunken submarine pilot early in the morning. And if a man misinterprets those signals, which is profoundly easy to do, and he risks trying to make a move, his life could be ended with a simple tweet and a phone call to a friendly neighborhood constable. Now, this rule doesn't apply to the men on the higher end of the spectrum. If this man's built like a Spartan god, then he's given significantly more leeway than the guy who looks like he's just in shape. Men have to be on their toes a hell of a lot more than they used to.
I remember the times when I'd be at the club with one of my friends, and this might seem extreme, but I want you guys to pay attention. And I like choosing signals, so I would never approach a female like cold approach. Most of the times, I would see for choosing signals, whether she's looking at me, whether she's in my vicinity, whether she smiles at me, whether she's staring at me, right? So we were chilling, you know what I'm saying? We were chilling, doing our thing, laughing and shit, you know what I'm saying, vibing. And we see this chick that she's just following us around. It was two of them, right? She was just following us around like she was in our vicinity. And I looked at my friend and he was just smiling. He was smiling because we already knew what time it was, right? So we were vibing and chilling, and we were like, yeah, we already knew what was gonna happen. So he just looked at me and he told me, bro, just grab her by her hair, because we were behind them, right? So he was just like, just pull up to her, grind her from the back, and just gently pull her hair back, right? Basically some XXX shit, right?
This is known as advanced chadsmanship. It is not to be practiced by anyone who doesn't get into all sorts of regular strange. If an average dude tried to do this, even with confidence, it's going to end with pepper spray, a court date, jail time, and being put on a minimum of at least 3 registries of some sort. I mean, if the wrong guy did this, she could potentially have him booked for attempted murder. And I don't know about you, but I've gone my entire life without getting hit with those kinds of charges, and after a while, kind of become proud of that kind of streak. My lack of a criminal record is more important than trying to get with some drunken club broad, but then again, that's just me.
And this was literally, bro, a move that we would pull on a regular. I'm not saying for you to do this, all right? Because I'm going to get comments, oh, that's crazy. You're going to catch a case and all this shit. I said you need a way for choosing signals, right?
But those signals are mixed at best when you're part of the illustrious bottom 95% club. But I like to think that members of this club are actually smart enough to not bother going to a club in the first place. At least I hope that's the case.
But a nice guy in that situation, he's not going to capitalize on that opportunity, right? But a savage, somebody who's confident, you damn right, I'm going to capitalize on that, bro. So as soon as I saw she was following me around and shit and giving me smiles, and she was in front of me, probably like maybe like 2 or 3 feet in front of me, kind of like vibing and shaking her ass a little bit, I would just, you know what I'm saying, walk up slowly behind her, and I can pull her hair gently back, and she like, you know what I'm saying, she turned around, she was like, yeah, I've been waiting for this.
You know what? I'm not even mad. More power to you, bro. Good on you. I mean, I don't hate the player, nor do I hate the game. But I'd rather play Final Fantasy II, which is currently available exclusively on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to the exclusive content, including my incredibly epic playthrough of beating Final Fantasy II. Check it out. The link is in the pinned comment below. The shameless self-promotion is now completed. For now.
Because that's just how women are, bro. A lot of women like dudes who are savages, dudes who are confident. I'm not telling you to go out and do that, by the way, because I don't want you coming back here talking about how I got sued and I'm in jail and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you real life shit. I'm telling you the truth. This was a move that I would literally pull on a regular. When I had enough choosing signals, I would take that aggressive approach. And that's what women like. Women do not like nice guys. If you just went up to her and be like, hi, what's your name? Dry as hell, bro. Fucking Sahara Desert. Dry as fuck, right? But since I was reading her body language, right, and she was seeing my body language, facial expressions, energy, body movement, you know what I'm saying? And when the music was playing and shit, I would just slowly just start dancing up on her from behind and gently, literally just pull her hair back without even saying a word to her, bro. And that shit would work very fucking well.
The dude's not wrong. Women love masculine men, and they also love to emasculate any men they deem as unworthy, so effectively they love to shit on 95% of men. But at least the bright side is these women cannot stand the fact that most of us couldn't care less anymore. How's that for a silver lining on the clouds of brown?
So I say all of that to say this is, women do not like nice guys. Women like guys who are confident. Women like the douchebags. Women like cocky dudes. Women like guys who are masculine, who don't give a fuck about people's opinion. Guys who are confident. So that's number 3 is I quickly realized, bro, women do not like nice guys, bro. The guys that women want to sleep with are the guys who are cocky, confident, even arrogant. You know what I'm saying? They take initiative. They're a little risky. They're risk takers. I'm not saying do some crazy shit, even though you guys might think what I did was crazy.
No, I don't think what this guy did was crazy at all. Modern women are risk wholesalers. They take all of the risk from Chad and pass them on to the man she finds unattractive. Dudes like Chad get significantly more leeway when it comes to this kind of stuff. I mean, it just is what it is.
But again, I never did that on the random. You know what I'm saying? I made sure we had eye contact and we was at least one little smile in between. But yeah, women don't like nice guys, okay? And number 4, I realized that women all like the same thing, bro. Women like the same kind of guy, the same kind of qualities, and women can't resist a certain type of guy, right? I would see this a lot. Women would always melt for a certain kind of guy. Like, it didn't matter if they had a boyfriend. It didn't matter if they had a date. It didn't matter what was going on. They could not help but just melt for this specific kind of guy, and I'm going to go into it. A guy who's fit, a guy who has a good dress fit on, and a guy who has a good haircut. That was a combination. Every time a guy walked into a club who was fit, who had a nice fit on as well, and who had a clean haircut, the women could literally not resist.
And in other obvious news, soccer, or football if you're not from the US, is a very popular sport across the globe. But take a listen to what this guy said. Everything about this guy is physical and visual. It's a guy who looks good, so physically fit, he dresses well, which means custom tailoring, and spends money on a good barber. There is nothing about the guy's personality, nothing about his attitude. Everything that this guy mentioned directly and obviously contradicts what a woman says all the freaking time. But that's because modern women are superficial and about as deep as a freaking kiddie pool.
That was really the formula for success. Is every time I went out, I'd make sure I'd have a good fit on. Obviously, I was working out, so I was fit, and I had a fresh haircut. If one of those 3 things were missing, that's when you had to make up for it with game. That's when you had to make up with it by approaching. But if you have those 3 things down pat, your fit has to be on point. And I'm not talking about a nice, I'm talking about on point. Your fit is on point, your fit and your haircut, bro, that's literally it. That's the Dark Triad, bro.
Everything he's saying is on point. You have to have the savage Dark Triad with the number of the beast on you. Man, these qualities are just incredibly dark.
Women cannot resist that shit. You just walk in a club and you're gonna be fucking turning heads left and right, and you're gonna get a bunch of approaches, because that's what would happen to me. And that's what would happen to my friend too, when we would go out together. So those are the 4 things I realized, bro, is women cannot resist the Dark Triad. Let's call it the Dark Triad. Women don't like nice guys. Women will use men for the resources and then the guys who they want. And then women cheat more than men. All right? I didn't write the rules, bro. I just observed.
And lest we forget the golden rule, when all else fails, just stop giving a damn. Because if there's one thing a modern woman can't stand, it's a self-respecting man who couldn't give 2 shits about how many men she humps. And I want to take a quick second here to give a shout out to the Bounty Board for their support of this channel over on Patreon. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for helping the channel out. You are truly spectacular bastards, every single one of you. All hail. And if you're interested in helping to support the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content you're not going to find anywhere else, plus a permanent producer credit, as well as a shout out from yours truly. And I also want to take a second to give another thank you to Southpaw Huncho for today's video. The link to his channel is in the pinned comment down below. Give this man some love. He truly does some fantastic work. And of course, you can always support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, sharing this video, as well as leaving comments. Every single thing you do helps to give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.